One of my clients, Savannah, just got approved for $50,000 in business capital. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact plan that we use, step by step, so you could position yourself the same exact way and get these approvals. And stay to the end because I'm gonna give you two more banks where you can go next to potentially stack another $50,000 on top of that, giving you $100K in capital. So what I want you to do right now is go grab your pen and paper. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, business owners, whoever's, really watching this, I just want to let you know right now that, the information that we gave my client, Savannah, it was very specific and particular to her credit file. Again, everybody's credit file is different. Just because you have a 700 credit score does not mean that you're guaranteed $300 million, okay? It doesn't mean that. It's all about your credit file, which I'm going to explain in this video. But if you use these tactics the same exact way, I promise you, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed high limits as well. So I just want to let you know that, but let's go ahead and get into the first step. Because first, let's talk about how people actually get denied. Because once you understand this and you shift your mindset, everything else is going to start making sense. Because people try to get money before they look ready for the money. Let me explain. Let me give you a super random example. Let's say that you're trying to, borrow one of your relatives' cars or something, okay? But when you go over there, your story doesn't add up. Your clothes look crazy, look messy. And there's been talk in the town that, you already tried to borrow 4 or 5 other people's cars. All right, so I'm pretty sure that person is probably gonna be like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna let you borrow my car. And exactly, banks are the same exact way, okay? Banks want you to look clean, consistent, and responsible. It's the only example I can really think about. But anyway, the goal is to look the safest. The goal is to look the safest, most clean person that they've ever lent money to, okay? And that was basically led us up to the 3-step program that we help for Savannah, and that's pretty much what's gonna help for you. So here's a simple plan. Step 1, cleaning and clearing up your credit report. That's what we have to do for Savannah, and probably something that you're probably gonna have to do too. Step 2 is making your business look real and stable. I can't tell you how many times I get with people where they're making all of this money, but their entities are still not set up right, and that's why they're getting denied. Probably hits close to home. But step 3, we're talking about applying in the right order, not random, okay? So understand that sequences matter. Now, before we talk about banks at all, we have to start with step 1 because this is the part that makes the most sense, and this is how we break everything down. Because I even have clients that still don't even understand. They just see the 700 credit score. They're like, yo, when can we apply? And it's like, hold on, you still have negatives on your report. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Your credit report is basically like a report card for the money you're trying to get. It shows how you borrow and how you pay things back. Simple and clear, okay? So here are the credit requirements that I want you to follow before you apply for anything, anywhere. Because this is what's gonna stop you from getting denied, okay? First, I need you to check your credit report and checking Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Understand that banks look at different ones, and you don't get to pick, okay? So you need to make sure that all 3 are good across the board. So you need to pull them from MyFREESCORENOW or Identity IQ. Click the link below so you can sign up for that and read all of them line by line, not just with Credit Karma, okay? Now, when you're looking at your credit report, you want to look at anything that is incorrect, like an account that's not yours, a late payment that's right there, a collection, charge off, wrong balance, wrong addresses, wrong employers, all of this information, okay? Because even the wrong address and the wrong spelling, I promise you, will get you denied for capital. I'm telling you right now. So if it's incorrect, that means you need to dispute it and get it off your credit report. Or you can ignore me if you want, but when you go up to these banks again, it's basically you saying, hey, I'm incorrect. I'm all over the place, but can you give me some money? And they're gonna tell you to get out their office or get out their place of business, all right? So again, go back to your credit report, take screenshots, save statements, send out all the disputes you need to try to clear up your credit report and try to make everything uniform and clean, because I promise you this is gonna help you get the profile and get the capital that you're looking for. Next thing I need you to understand is utilization. Utilization is a very, very big factor. There are people that sometimes I can't help because their utilization is just so it's so out of pocket right now. It doesn't matter that you have a 700 credit score and no negatives. If you owe $75,000 in available credit or all of your cards are maxed out, you're not gonna get any type of capital, okay? Because it shows that you're not responsible with the with the credit that you already have. So you have to take care of that however you need to, get a second job, just really put money towards it, because you have to get it below 30%. Ideally, I always tell all of my clients at least 10%, but under 30% is always the best. And once you clean your credit and you get your utilization order, do not get any more late payments, okay? Late payments they're terrible to your credit report, because you're gonna have to dispute that again. It's gonna get harder for it to come up because it's super fresh, and then even if you try to ignore this and try to go get capital, they're gonna deny you, okay? It doesn't matter what you did, 5 months before that. They don't care. They think that you're unstable, and they think that you're gonna trick off their money, and they're gonna deny you. You just don't want that, okay? Now, have I seen outliers? Have I gotten people approved that had late payments on their report? Yes, but I'm not a fan of it at all, because I feel like they could have got way more if they would just listen to what I said and got it removed. Quick break. I hope that you're enjoying the video, but this could change your business forever. If you're a business owner that's trying to scale, I got some free gifts for you. First up, we have our Credit Bootcamp. Video trainings where I personally walk you through how to access up to $150,000 in capital, step by step. No fluff, don't worry about it, and straight game. I usually reserve some of the information that I gave you here just for my private clients. And I'm also adding more. Plus, I'm dropping a free inquiry removal kit, okay? This is the exact system that you can use to delete hard inquiries in 48 hours flat. It's all 100% free. The only thing that's gonna cost you is your email. That's it. Or you can click the link below to sign up for our free capital consultation, where I can help you gain up to $300,000 in capital. So again, click the link below and grab it now. But enough about that, let's get back to the video. And the next thing I just want to talk about is, the business fundability, setup. This part is pretty much simple, but it matters. It matters a lot because banks don't like confusion. So if your business info is all over the place and you look risky, you're still going to get denied for capital, even if your personal credit report looks good. I'm telling you right now. So that's something that we had to do for Savannah before we hit any apply buttons. All right. Now, since we're on the topic of Savannah, let's go ahead and go into how we were able to do everything, because Savannah came to me and said that Eric, I need money to basically grow my business. Of course, everybody says that, but I don't want to get denied and waste my time, and that makes two of us. So with that being said, we created a smart plan and picked a few banks that we knew that we were going to get approvals for, as far as in her location, and then as far as her credit reporting. And the first thing that I asked her is, hey, where do you already have relationships when it comes to banking systems? She did give me a list of them, and then she told me, hey, I also have one with Chase and things like that. I said, hold on, stop right there. We're going to go with Chase first, because I have the relationship managers, I have the data points, I have everything I actually needed where I can really help you get, that first really big approval, with Chase. And she said, let's do it. So that's where her first $50,000 of approval came from. And again, this matters because Chase is very picky. Even though, I talk about them a lot, understand it's not that easy to get Chase to even approve you, let alone $50,000, okay? Because you can't just throw in an application and just hope for the best just because you got $200 in your personal account. You have to look clean before you apply to them, and which is exactly what we did as far as the credit cleanup and the business cleanup as well. So let me show you what we did to tighten up before we got the application, okay? We made sure that her personal credit looked calm, meaning we checked for her reports, made sure her utilization was under 10%. We avoided any extra applications, no inquiries, and things of that nature. Even with that, we made sure that the business name was spelled the same every single place. Guys, I promise you, this is a thing nowadays. They're starting to look into every single aspect of you and your business. If anything is out of order, they will deny you. Because I'm telling you, if you even do 70% or 80% of what I'm telling you, and not 100%, you will run into issues. Not just with Chase. This is with a lot of different lenders now, okay? And even with Chase specifically, here are two simple rules that you need to know. First, Chase likes clean behavior, okay? They like low balances, paying over time, and they don't like even overdraft. So if you did overdrafts or you had late payments with them in the past, this can sometimes hinder you as well, okay? They remember that stuff. It's kind of like, an ex. If you did anything wrong to them, they're going to remember that. And you try to come back years later, it's like, sometimes they're like, yo, I didn't forget what you did. You look like a different person, but I didn't forget what you did. So you have to make sure that you didn't cause any issues, burn any bridges, and make sure that your credit profile and business setup is all in the right order. We also made sure that she utilized fractional reserve banking as far as letting, money season into her business account. Lucky for her, she really didn't have to do that because she was already working actively in her business. And yes, she was in the real estate industry, which was high risk, like I told you earlier. So she already had a good amount of, income already or revenue already in her business account. She did have well over $2,000. I'm just gonna say that, just for security purposes. But just for you, I would say, try to keep at least $1,000 to $3,000 in there before you apply. Try to, build that relationship, and then after that, once all of the checklist is done, then you go apply for, the Chase Inc. Cash, Chase Inc. Business Preferred, or anything like that. And that's how she was able to get, the cash unlimited, at 0% interest, for 12 months. And she was able to get $50,000 just like that. Okay, with the right data points, everything that I said, plus a few more things that I keep in house. But just right there alone, she was able to get $50,000. And then we went to go apply to these two other banks. And these two other banks is another place that you can also use to get another $50,000 of an approval. Bank number one, we're talking about PNC Bank, okay? With PNC Bank, they're not everywhere, but just real quick, just understand that they do have business credit cards with 0% interest for almost 12 to 13 months, okay? You do need a checking account, and I would say establish that relationship with them, same thing that you did with Chase, especially if you want higher limits, okay? Now, when it comes to their credit pools, they typically pull either Equifax or Experian. If you're going for the business lines of business loans or anything like that, they typically pull Equifax, but when it comes to their business credit cards, they pull Experian. Okay, so just understand that moving forward, but still, you always want to fact check everything that I'm telling you or anybody else is ever telling you. And also, I would say try to establish that relationship for at least 60 days before you try to apply for anything with PNC, because you want to build that relationship with them. And then when you build that relationship, they're able to, try to give you the approvals that you're looking for. So understand Experian, PNC, and also Experian or TransUnion or both with Chase. But with the next, bank, same exact deal, but just a little different. We're talking about First Citizens Bank, okay? Now with First Citizens Bank, just tell you off rip, they do pull Equifax depending on your jurisdiction, and they do have business credit cards that go up to a full year just like Chase. And the limits can go up to $50,000 of an approval. Sometimes they can be a little conservative, but this is why I tell all you guys to establish that relationship with the bank before you apply. Just don't go in there, put some money in the account, and then try to apply in the next hour. Sometimes it's not going to work out in your favor. So what I want you to do is another 60-day type of play. Try to keep some money in the account, $1,000 to $5,000 or something like that. Run some money in and out through it, and then try to ask for that, that approval as far as on the business credit side. So there's 3 different banks of where you can go to get $50,000. So that's $50,000 with Chase, $50,000 with PNC, and $50,000 with First Citizens. So 50, 50, 50, that's over $150,000 of an approval. Now, if you use all this stuff correctly, then you won't run into any issues, and you can well get over that $50,000 of what I told you. And that's what we were able to do for Savannah. She actually got $123,000 of an approval, and now she's able to scale and kind of continue to keep going with her, fix and flips and rehab that she's been doing. So if you want to be just like Savannah and get a massive amount of capital so you can start or scale your business, whether you're in real estate or anything or any other category of business, then what I want you to do is click the link below right now to sign up for a capital consultation with us. We're going to look at your credit report, structure it, and give you the right sequence to help you get $100,000 or more in business capital so you can start scaling. So again, click the link below right now, and I'll see you on that call. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope that this helps one of you guys, and I hope this really sheds some light on how to actively get capital so you can start or scale. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gents.